We still have people joining in. We are already 15 minutes behind schedule. So we'll be running till 11:15 instead of 11 o'clock. And there are still people joining in. I've still not promoted this particular blab, Tripti, and we already have 17 speakers joined with us tonight. Thank you so much and a warm welcome to everyone on Hear Me Speak. I am your anchor for tonight. I'm Chetna Mishra, and I'm the founder of Mompreneurs India, which is a support network for mothers in business. What we are having here on Hear Me Speak are a series of informative discussions with various experts on our panel who are here to help our parents understand various issues that our children will be facing or are facing right now in their different stages of growth. And today we are here with a very important topic that is that most parents are neglecting, and which is know the importance of early years of your child's life. We are here to understand how important the early years of our child's life are. To give us information about this particular topic, we have invited eminent psychotherapist and counselor traptigandhi from Ahmedabad. Traptigandhi has several years of experience in working with issues related to anxiety, depression, phobia, parenting, teenage counseling, family counseling, etc. And she's the perfect person to give us a lot of information that we need on this particular topic, but we have 1 hour and we can't probably cover all the issues that our children might be facing. So if you have any specific issues that you want Tripti to answer or address, you can write to her on traptigandhi@gmail.com. So I'm just going to type her Gmail ID here. Those who are online right now and who have joined the discussion here, you all could just type in your queries on the message box on the right-hand side, and Tripti can see your questions and she will try to address them right now. Those who are listening to our video and would like to talk to Tripti at a later point, you can always send her email or with your issue on traptigandhi@gmail.com. Thank you, Tripti, for joining us tonight. I'll also introduce our other speakers. We have Bhakti Mittal, who's joined us from Ahmedabad, and she runs intelligence assessment, a multiple intelligence program assessment center in Ahmedabad. And I have invited her specifically so that she can give us statistical verification on this particular topic, how important the importance is the early years of your child's life. So I think her IAD analysis might show in the differences of children who are groomed in a particular manner versus those who are not. And we have also another lady, a well-known lady in Hear Me Speak circle. We have Alpa Bhavani, who's joined us as a parent, and she will ask some of the questions on behalf of our parents that she wants to Tripti. Tripti, over to you. How long have you been working as a counselor, and typically what kind of issues do parents come to you with for solution?
Thank you so much, Chetna, for my voice is it coming back again. Yeah.
Clear to us, Tripti.
We can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
We can. Okay. Done. Okay. I've been working in this field since last 8 years, and common problems what we see every day is stress, anger, anxiety, depression, relationship issues, teenage issues, parenting issues, or some behavior issues. Such issues I'm like helping people with.
Okay.
That's
and why are we seeing so many problems occurring in children these days? Behavioral issues. We all come across so many of our schools and parents coming back and saying, "My child doesn't do this. My child is is not doing this or doing this." It comes down to behavior. And why are we seeing so many behavioral issues in our children?
Definitely. Every parents want that the kids to be happy, well-behaved, successful. But when things go wrong, that's what the time is where we have to understand some facts. So I'm going to tell you a few facts from pregnancy period onwards. I'm sorry, I'll be talking a little slow because it's echoing.
You could drop one earphone.
Okay.
So that there is one echo less. Just kidding.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is the period. I will say 6 years. Initial 6 years is the period of investment. Every parent needs to take care about it. I'll explain you how. Our brain development, 17% of the brain development takes place when a kid is in the womb, pregnancy period. And 83% brain development happens after birth. It continues till age 20. But out of this 83%, this is rough statistics, out of this 83%, 90% happens before age 6. So now you can understand that initial 6 years are so important. Kids learn through imitating, how we teach them. So we need to be very clear about everything. And we need to understand how they learn. So I'll start with pregnancy period. Initial 4-5 months, that is when you're pregnant with a child, you should not be like interfering. Many people say ki ye acha padhao ya you do something. Do. Generally, initial 4-5 months, you should not be doing anything. Reason being, anatomical shop is being set up. That means brain is producing neurons. It's setting up neurons. That time, no interference from outside. Like you should not be taking any medication. Not the one. I'm not talking about folic acids. All that. That is very much important. What doctor prescribe you, because it helps in brain development. Only, I mean, different medications, painkillers or something like that, you should not be taking, or drinks or smoking. All this should be avoided, because this depends healthy, uske liye it's very important. Then after 5 months, 5.5 months, those neurons which are developed is making connection. Wiring is done. That means synaptogenesis. So there you need to be very careful. Kid starts understanding. Understanding in the sense the kid can hear you, smell, and then feel touch. All these things happen. So
after 5 months is where now the baby is starting to understand and listen. Okay.
Yes, listen to you. Right. So there you can provide safe and secure environment. You can talk to your baby to enhance. You eat right food for taste preferences.
Okay.
That develops inside. All this thing happens. So हमारे कैसे दादी and nani, they used to say, listen good.
Are you saying you can start influencing the child's behavior from the time it is 5 months old?
Exactly.
That means it's the second trimester.
Not 5 months. Inside,
5 months
inside.
in the womb.
Yeah.
Inside the womb.
Okay.
Inside.
Okay.
Yeah. So because that's what I'm saying, it develops inside. So what you eat influence.
So I think some parents might be making the correlation, you know. Now here that
your child.
Because my child, probably some of the answers are here where, okay, why is my child this way? Probably it's time to go back and think what were you all doing at that time. So okay, so that's interesting. So from the pregnancy period is when the behavior starts building.
Right. You can preferences of food. Like you were not eating right. You were eating all junk food that time. And after baby is coming, you say, no, my child is not eating this, my child is not eating that. So it won't happen.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about after birth. And as I said, 90% of this 83% development happens before 6 years. So first, let us understand how child learns. Child learns through environment. Whatever he sees, he's imitating. And whatever behavior you are doing, he's modeling. Similar thing. You need to model a right behavior in front of them. So that's how they learn. So we need to be clear before we teach our child. How we need to behave, what type of behavior we need to model in front of them. This is what is required, very important. One more thing I'll put is like generally we are looking at intelligence, IQ. My child should be academically perfect or अच्छा होना चाहिए, बहुत अच्छे से he should perform academically well. But I would say there are few things, ingredients of intelligence, I would put it like that. A child who's who has desire to explore different things is never going to sit back and say, I'm bored, I don't want to learn anymore. That child will be learner throughout. Then second thing is
Hello?
Is self-control. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go on.
You can hear me? Okay. Second thing is self-control.
Can you hear me?
Generally, what we are doing, I'll give you one example. How to teach self-control. हम लोग छोटे बच्चे को suppose is asking some cookie while eating dinner कि मुझे बिस्किट खाना है, and we immediately think कि नहीं, उसको ये खाना पसंद नहीं है, so we can give him at least some biscuits or something what he's asking ताकि पेट भरा रहे. So this is what we are doing wrong. Yeah. So self-control is the key for success, I can say, because if we delay gratification, if we are not giving anything immediately when child is asking, that will improve his self-control, which will help him in future. Right. And the third thing is creativeness.
Yes, we are. But
are you with me?
But we are able to hear you, Tripti.
Okay. Third thing is creative. How creative is your child? This will help him in sustaining his career. Another fourth thing is communication, verbal and non-verbal communication, like how well the child can express, and in words and through body language. This again becomes very important. And the last thing, fifth point, is observation, which is missing really, more in this today's life. Kids are not observing, or even elders. They are not looking at body language. They are not understanding what they cannot guess what is going to happen next by looking at faces. It's basically bringing out your own Sherlock from inside.
Okay.
So these 5 points are very important, or I can say ingredients of intelligence. If you have these 5 points, then it becomes very easy to sustain in life, to solve the problems and create new ideas, all these things. So how as parents we can help? in doing this is very important.
So,
How to
Bhakti,
enhance these qualities in child is very
is there any
important.
way to
We need to
assess
give them a
these
lot of
5
space.
qualities
We
scientifically
make them
using
sit
any of the tests or that are available today? Yeah.
Yeah, actually have.
I
Yeah,
think Bhakti
actually, we
can
have lot
point
many
on that.
options actually to assess all these points. But out of them, there is analysis, that is inborn analysis, inborn intelligence analysis and development, which we do usually. It is
Okay.
totally based
Okay.
on dermatography and directly connected with our fingerprints. So this is the test where we can know about how the qualities or disqualities of your child, the personality pattern, the behavior pattern, the learning style, or the sensibility of your child. Even though the sensory development which happens before, like during the pregnancy, before the birth, that is also coming up with this test. So we have the solutions, so where we can monitor and later on we can control on all these qualities, which we can enhance, which we can like inculcate habits, which can later on help them
Okay.
to achieve the
So
success in their
that's
life.
good. That's good.
Okay.
Right. Once you understand the inborn thing, suppose my child is having less numbers in self-control or creativity. Once I know, and I would say environment plays a great role. Environment in the sense, as parents, we can teach them from environment, from social interaction, they can learn. So once we are aware that this thing is lacking, we can start working on that. Suppose my child is not very curious in understanding, in asking more questions. So how to develop that issue? That part. So we need to work on that. Nowadays, what is happening, even as the parents also and teachers, they do not have time. So when my kid is asking so many questions, there is time to answer all such questions. Jaldi fatafat mujhe answer do, and that's it. So that way, child is just busy in pleasing people instead of asking and
Okay.
exploring
Great.
more. So we are actually हम लोग उसको रोक रहे हैं to explore more, and that will not increase his intelligence. It will stop his curiosity. And same goes with observation. If 90% of the time they are sitting in front of TV or gadgets or laptops or this thing, where
So
are
my
they getting
question here
chance to
is,
observe? How will they
Alpa,
interact with
are
people?
you
What people
yeah.
like, what people dislike?
okay.
How will they understand?
Yeah,
Yes, Alpa, you are
in
asking
this
something.
situation, like my son lies sometimes. He's lying. So how could I feel the difference between the truth and how should we guess it?
Right. First, let me explain you why kids lie.
I would like to. I would like to also
Suppose
add here
very
one more
first
point
incident.
when Alpa is
I'll give you
asking.
one story
Yes,
for
children
this.
are lying, but should we tell them about it? Like they are probably making excuses. I'm not sure about why, that they know what they're doing, but should we tell them, hey, you're lying, and should we bring it to their attention? So that's the question that I wanted to ask along with Alpa, whatever Alpa is saying. Yeah.
Right. I'll explain. One thing, you just imagine, very first day, my child is say 2.5 years old. He has learned how to speak well. Few sentences. Suppose I'm giving, he's jumping on bed, and suddenly something breaks, right? जब मैं आती हूँ अंदर कि ये क्या चल रहा है, आपने क्यों तोड़ दिया है, he is not aware what to answer. So he makes up something कि नहीं मम्मी ये मैंने नहीं तोड़ा है, वो जो जूजू बाबा आया था ना, वो तोड़ के चला गया. My mistake was, मैंने पहले बोला था आप अगर ऐसे करोगे तो आपको आके जूजू बाबा कुछ पकड़ के लेके चला जाएगा या कुछ चला जाएगा. That was my initial thing, and now he is making the same thing. But here again, my second mistake was he was sounding so cute. So I just smile away. Ocha, Juju Baba leke chala gaya. Fine. Okay, chale theek hai. We did not point out that we understand that he is lying. So he gets away with the feeling कि हाँ मेरी mind की बात कोई भी नहीं समझ पाया है. So I can very well lie. So as he keeps on growing, that lying gets finishing. He learns how to lie in a better way or manipulate in a better way. So we need to understand from the beginning what we are talking. It should be realistic. And suppose somebody is doing something wrong, then it is our duty to point that out. कि yes, अगर कुछ हो गया है, so you have to tell me it's okay. Because वो डर के मारे बोल रहा है या आउट ऑफ फियर, मतलब कि मुझे पनिशमेंट मिलेगा या मुझे कुछ चीज नहीं मिलेगी. So let him feel secured and then tell him that this is not the way to speak. You need not speak lie about it. You can very well tell me truth.
Okay.
And,
so I think Alpa,
this is a thing which you are appreciated
question?
for.
Okay, great. So I just wanted to ask Trupti one more thing is, what do you think is that one key element that all parents are neglecting, which is the root cause of all the problems? Parenting.
I would say parenting style. For understanding parenting, I'll come on parenting style again. But for that, one need to be, suppose I want to grow a happy, successful, and a good human being. So I need to be perfect first. What I'm looking at, I need to follow that. And then, because it makes easy for me to frame rules for my child. So best parenting style is where both rules and warmth exist.
Yeah.
Your rule should be consistent, clear, and it should not be कि आप कुछ ऐसा rule बना रहे हो which is not age appropriate. So and when you apply those rules, you need to be consistent. ऐसा नहीं है आज हमने ये रूल फॉलो किया है, आज हमारा मूड था या हमारे पास टाइम था, but tomorrow suppose I'll go with a sleep habit of a baby. I have decided that 9 o'clock my baby should go on a bed, but I am watching TV by till 2 o'clock and I expect my baby to go to bed at 9 o'clock. So this is contradictory. Next thing is tomorrow I have some party at home. Okay, chalega, aaj 9 o'clock if you are not going to bed, it's okay. So that consistency is not there. It confuses the child that I can get away with this rule. So you need to be consistent in whatever rules you are forming. And then major thing is whenever a child is following something or behaving something as expected, he need to be appreciated that you are doing a right thing. So he feels good about it and that motivates him to continue that behavior. So parenting style is important where
so I think it's time
we need
now
to
that we
work
can
on.
take in.
I have a question, Tripti.
Yes,
so nowadays,
Bhakti, go on.
I just have a question for Tripti. That is, nowadays, lot many children are facing like problems like frustration or depression that turns into a behavior issue or ultimately faces life threats also. And that starts with very beginning. Although parents are aware about how to make the parenting on good, like they take efforts, they go to workshops and still it is happening. So can we have any solution for that? Children.
Yeah, number one, again, I would say your parenting style.
How to make it easy for the parents to make their children understand what exactly is the right pattern to follow or to like minimize these kind of frustrations or depression kind of situations with the very early age?
I would say we need not explain anything to kids.
Right.
It's parents who needs to learn. Over expectation from kids leads to this problem. Suppose I'm expecting something with that kid is not able to cope with. As I said, अगर समझो I'm expecting कि आपको इतना percentage लाना ही है. So that learning, that poor fellow is busy in aiming for that percentage. आपको इस क्लास में जाना है, आपको इसके बाद ये करना है and all that. But he is not able to express himself what he wants because we are not looking on that angle. So once he is freely expressing, that's what 5 things what I said: verbal communication, expression, observation, creativity, explore, and self-control. These are the basic qualities somebody has. So if you are enhancing those qualities, that will create love for learning throughout your life. So kid is never frustrated. We are in the race of perfection, which we are not ourselves. We are forcing our kids to do that.
True, very true.
So,
and one more basic thing what I want to say. Generally, we have seen many parents praising kids. My child is very smart. He can do this very well. I suggest parents not to do that. Always praise efforts, not smartness. Because once you start praising smartness, kids think कि हाँ मैं तो ये smart हूँ, मैं कर सकता हूँ, और कुछ चीज अगर नहीं कर पाया तो ठीक है, वो चीज इतनी लायक नहीं थी कि नहीं हो पाया. बट ये धीरे धीरे आपका उसका जो इंक्लिनेशन है कुछ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने का या कुछ नया लर्न करने का, वो खत्म कर देता है. इंस्टेड इफ यू से व्हाटएवर यू हैव लर्न इट बिकॉज ऑफ योर एफर्ट्स, आपकी मेहनत के कारण आप ये अचीव कर सके हो, सो दैट मोटिवेट्स हिम.
He or she will continue making efforts to learn other things and try out different things.
Do anything.
Rather than we ourselves telling them, hey, you're great in everything. So, okay, that's a very interesting insight, Trapti. I think it's time now that we take in questions from the audience and the listeners. Do you all have any questions, any specific issues that you all want Trapti to address? You all can, those who can directly dialed in, you all can directly speak to us, or you could write in your questions on the text box on the right hand corner, on the chat box in the right hand corner.
Tripti, I want to know how can we control temper tampering? These days, kids are very short tempered.
Yes, this is a very common problem. In fact, I have heard so many parents saying, I'm totally embarrassed by my child's behavior today. I was at this party, I was at the mall, and especially in our case, Alpa, it's happened, I think, with many parents where the kids have just taken off their hearing aids. And they are angry and they don't want to, so they just take off their hearing aids, and the parents are like, he can't even hear me, so what do I do now? So, how do we?
So my son was he was successful to throw his processor from the window. His temper goes so high, how to control over it?
Wow.
I want to.
Okay. Let me give you one example for this. When suppose say my kid was 1 year old. Okay. I think that he cannot understand or she cannot understand what I'm talking. Right? But kids understand when they are in womb. So please don't think that your kid cannot understand what you're speaking. They can understand very well. So based on this, when I was making my child wear shoes and walk on ground, So I did not explain why he or she is wearing that shoes. ठीक है, कहीं पे वो जाता है और वो शूज मुझे बोलता है कि मुझे शूज निकाल दो, मुझे ऐसे ही घूमना है. से सपोज पार्टी में आप कहीं गए हैं और वो अपना सारा गैजेट जो भी है, शूज है, सॉक्स से निकाल के बैठ जाता है. इज इट एम्बैरेसिंग फॉर यू और नो? Definitely. So why the kid is not able to understand what is right and what is wrong? Again, parenting, I'll point out this to parenting thing. When I'm making him used to wear these shoes, I'm talking to him that आप ये shoes आप जब बाहर जाते हैं तो आपको पहनना होता है so that you can keep your legs clean and secured, safe, whatever. I'm talking whenever I'm putting shoes on. But if you feel like removing the shoes, these are the places where you can remove and feel free, not everywhere. Okay. And now suppose I have selected places that you can come back home and remove, or if you are going to some park and you need to walk on the grass, that time you can remove, nowhere else. Now I have to stick to that rule. Suppose आप किसी पार्टी में है, पार्टी शुरू नहीं हुई है and kid is asking कि मुझे ये निकालना है, चलो अभी तो कोई गेस्ट नहीं आया है, so we can उसको निकाल सकते हैं, let him roam freely for some time. That is again confusing rule. So he will definitely after growing up कि आपने उस समय सुन लिया था, अभी तो सुन ही लेंगे, that sets in his mind. That's how he learns. So same way, I'll give one more example of suppose we are all having dinner on a table. My child is also sitting on a table, everybody, and he looks in the plate. No, I don't want to eat all these vegetables and everything. I want cookie. No, I says no. You sit there. You're not moving from there. He anyways get up from that place and reach the cabinet. Still, I'm saying, see, you touch the cabinet and you're going to get some time out or something like that. Whatever punishment I've decided. He still climb and take out the biscuit box, and you don't dare. I from my side, I say you don't dare touch that biscuit. He still does that. And finally, the biscuit is in mouth. And then I pick him up and place him in the timeout zone or give some punishment, whatever. So do you think this is right? This is delayed punishment. Swift punishment, make sure the child does whatever does whatever he's asked to do. So if we are delaying, he is getting confused कि हाँ मैं ये चीज मेरे लिए ठीक है, आगे वाला देखता हूँ. If she is okay, I'll do. If she is not okay, then I'll stop. You are you are making your child do whatever he is doing. So it is a parenting style. Again, I'll say whenever you are forming rules, a reasonable rule, stick to it. Give swift consequences.
Okay.
And your child will never throw tantrum.
I'm sorry, Bhakti, are you saying something?
Richa is asking.
No. Here is a question from Richa for Trupti. Sometimes because of our expectations, children become over sincere. So how to make him self-dependent?
Self-dependent.
I'm sorry.
You just
I could
see
not
the
get
message box there. Richa Vora has messaged you.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Okay, sometimes because of our expectation, child becomes over sincere. How to make him self-dependent? Sincere or whatever you say, he's listening. That's what you
Richa?
mean. I think. Is that what you
Richa?
mean?
Are you there? I think what she means. I think what she means here is that
By
because
sincerity, what do you mean?
Yeah, she means that's what I mean. So I think. So she says that
That's
because
what I
we
mean.
are giving out expectations, our child, just has to follow those expectations, and he just becomes a follower of the things that we have set. Yeah, I think so. He's not. Yeah. So
Yeah,
how
it's
do
not
we?
self-dependent. Again, parenting style. Again, parenting style, I would say, uh, when we are protective, very protective sometimes, कि आप पूरे समय when kid is small, आप पूरे समय उसको उठा के रखते हो, or you are feeding him, you are not allowing him to explore himself, or आप पूरे समय खिलाते हो, throughout you are helping him in his homework, or making him wear shoes, socks, or dress, whether not judging whether he's capable of doing it himself or not. You're constantly helping your child. That makes him dependent. And when you're looking him to become self-dependent on his own, then you need to leave him and let him try. What will happen? I'll give you one example of someone. One of my known person, she wanted to teach her child how to paint.
Okay.
And she left her child with colors and papers and whatever possible material was required. The child very happily painted all walls, floor, everything except paper. So if somebody else would have been there, she would have, next time I'm not giving the child this thing to do. Either I sit and make her do, or I will not. But she was happy. This
She was happy.
made her creative.
The mother was happy
Child,
that the child painted the walls.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. She was happy. She has given complete. I'm not saying that thing was wrong. Definitely, उस समय she was happy inside कि she was creative. She praised the little one कि आपने बहुत अच्छा सुंदर drawing किया and all that coloring किया है. But let me make few modification. Next time, whenever you are doing this, do it on paper so that we can show this to someone. Now on wall, mummy will wipe away and nobody will be able to see that. So how will you? So this is how you, without getting frustrated or helping child कि मैं उसको मैं ही सिखाऊं या मैं ही हाथ पकड़, you tell them alternatives what to do. What if you say you don't do this will not help the child. Instead, tell them what to do.
Okay. Very interesting.
This is how
I like the manner in which she handled it so nicely. Any other questions from our audience? We have another 15-20 minutes.
They all are smart parents. They don't have any queries, I think.
Okay, I want to add something. Generally, but I would suggest parents not to give any digital time before age 2. Reason being, that is the period when they learn language. So when your child is sitting in front of TV, then he's just listening. He's not interacting. You learn language through interaction. So we need to be present in person, then only, and interact with child, then only child learns language. Second disadvantage of this thing is in TV or some gadget, the scenes are constantly switching. I mean, within few seconds, some other scene is there. So that creates attention deficit problem in future, because he's not able to concentrate on particular point.
Okay.
Scenes are continuously changing, so that keeps him distracted throughout.
Okay.
So that creates attention problem. Richa, at some point,
attention deficit
again after
is
certain age, child does not
big
listen
issue
to us.
Here. Yes, and it's also related to
major problem. Yes.
Attention deficit is also a major problem that parents are facing. We're hearing recurring complaints that we having a child is not listening to us, and that's what they are. We hear people say that my child is not listening to me, or is too much, is too fussy, doesn't sit at one place. So all of this could, Tripti has given a very important point here, could be related to the amount of time he is spending in front of the television. So yes, digital time must be
television. One more thing Richa is asking is, again, after certain age, child does not listen to us. It is, again, I would say, a parenting issue. Child is not listening. We need to understand developmental process. In what age child learns what. तो आप उस एज के हिसाब से if you are interacting with your child, providing your child what he requires, automatically there's no question of him not to listen. If you are authoritative parenting, in the sense where you are giving complete warmth plus you have discipline, both according to your circumstances and your child's nature, automatically you can mold your child the way you want.
Richa, we didn't understand your question here. Like now, when we miss pregnancy period, now what? So, did you understand the question?
Okay. Abhi, she wants to say time has gone already. What can I do now? How old is your kid, Richa?
Richa? As now we are mothers of teenagers.
Exactly. This is the thing which makes every parent, this is the time, make every parent very disappointed with their kids. They are not listening. They are not behaving as required. One need to understand about teenagers' development, what they are looking at. Once you understand their development, it is very easy for you to mold them. They are your best friends. They are individuals now, and they are looking for self-identity. There are so many things going on inside, which when you understand their requirement, automatically they listen to you.
Hi, Ritu.
Hi. I was following the conversation and thoroughly enjoying you.
Hi.
Tripti, so nice to hear from you. And it's an honor that you are guiding all the parents here in the forum. So wonderful conversation going on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ritu, for those kind words. Do you have any questions that your parents are facing, which you want Tripti to answer? We have 10 minutes more, and then we can round up the discussion.
It's more about the devices. They are engrossed now in, like, you tell them to be off from TV, they are on iPad. You tell them off from iPad, they find another. Their mind needs to be occupied all the time. So that is the challenge, I think, which every parent is facing.
Right.
I have a very important question besides this, that we are seeing some of our, now that we are having a lot of early implantation happening in our group and community, and a lot more younger kids getting implanted. So as they are growing, Tripti, they are getting the awareness of their hearing issue, which is an issue, but there are fewer people with implants around, hearing aids around, so they think that they're not normal. So a lot of our kids are probably developing inferiority things in their mind, where they are. And I want to bring this up because Tripti had given a very important, I was delighted to hear what she said, and I would like our audience to also hear that if your child is growing up, and I think many kids are going to grow up with some of these issues where they feel, hey, what is this? Why are we not normal? Why did God made us like this? So there's going to be a lot of inferiority things coming up, and that's going to hamper their confidence. And what can we do about that, Tripti?
Yeah, sure. I'll first go with Ritu's question. What Ritu asked was continuously digital time.
Yeah.
They want constant digital time. Number one reason is it is very catchy, colorful, something or the other is happening, a fast thing. I would say this is color picture and the rest is all black and white. So who's looking at black and white now? Unless we create some interest as parents, we are lacking time. We don't have time for kids. I'll go with one example, a very short example. One nice story I heard somewhere. There was one child when father came home, very distressed from work, and child asked, "How much do you earn in a day?" So father was already stressed. So he said, "You please go away from. This is not the time to ask all this." He was still insisting, and he got shouting for his question. So poor fellow, he went in his room, and father, after calming down, he went and asked, "Why do you want to ask this? So you just tell me. I want to know." Okay, $200 for an hour. Okay, he picks out from his piggy bank $100. Can I give you this, and can you give me your half an hour so that I can play with you? So this is the thing what we are missing, time. So if we have as parents time to give them different exposure, this thing surely will come down. And second thing is environment. Everybody is doing this, so I want to do that. My friend is having this gadget. My friend is having PSP.
Yes.
I don't know about all these gadgets, so bear with me. But this environment. So you need constant interaction with your child. What is wrong and what is right since beginning. So he has some moral development, and he can decide what is right and what is wrong. Yes, you can give them some time to experience everything. But there should be ati sarvata varjate. That's what you need to teach them. Yes, experience everything. You need not be left behind. But there should be a limit for everything. Next, I'll come to Chetna. What you said is very right. Like, suppose you're not exposed to some disease. I'll say somebody is having some mental disorder, or I'll put it learning difficulty. Suppose somebody comes in contact with a child who is having learning difficulty, and the person is not aware about this problem, might get distressed कि मेरे बच्चे को कुछ problem है. But once you give insight that this thing can be sorted out, or if not sorted out, there are other things in life which you can look for. There are hundreds of things available for you in future. So number one thing is show them the positive side. This is called solution. Instead of solving problem, we need to look for solution for future. That need to be created. This is the situation for future. What need to be done? Looking at this situation, constantly speaking on that point will make child look in future rather than in past. That I don't have this, I don't have that problem. Instead, what I can do, whatever I have with. So looking forward is the solution. Next, but this happens only when child is comfortable with his situation. That's how to make that?
How to make it the child comfortable.
Let him meet people with issues. To make him understand that everyone is having something or the other problem in life, and how they cope with certain things. There are many examples.
Even people like us, we cannot do everything. We cannot do everything. We also have a set of limitations. So we can make them, I think we should make them aware in that manner too, that it's okay, even I can't do X, Y, Z things. And so
exactly.
I remember, when my daughter was diagnosed, the very first day that surgeon, I was very upset, and I was in tears naturally, and I still remember the sentence which he told me, that no human body on this earth has all 23 pairs of chromosomes correct. So something has to go wrong somewhere. So it's okay. No human body is perfect.
Right.
So I still remember that, and I keep reminding that to my children.
So it's praising what you have and letting go what you don't.
Excellent. I think I've really enjoyed. I think we've had an excellent discussion today with Tripti, and I thank everybody who's come today to be a part of this discussion. We've had an excellent audience. If anybody, we've almost reached the time limit. But anybody has any more questions, or else we can round it up. Tripti, do you have any parting comments before you leave for the Hear Me Speak group?
Yes, I do have. Please don't over expect from your kids. This is creating a lot of problems and leading your kids to suicidal tendencies. Because number one, over expectation leads to extinguishing curiosity and creativity. And they are just in a world where they have to prove themselves. They are not living. They are just proving themselves. So please help your kid to learn, develop love for learning instead of just getting certificates. Certificates will not matter in life. How you sustain, how you solve problems, that matters. So please don't over expect. Everybody is different. They have different qualities. Please enhance those qualities and don't run behind set examples.
Very well said. And with these golden words, I want to thank Trapti Gandhi for coming tonight and sharing a valuable time and insights with our audience. If you have any questions for Trapti, you can. Okay, Ritu has one more question.
No, I don't have a question. On behalf of Hear Me Speak, I would like to thank, apart from Tripti Gandhi, Chetna, you, a fantastic person who is holding the reins of these discussions. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you to Alpa also. She was wonderful. And to Bhakti also. So all this is happening because of efforts of you all. So thank you very much.
It's needed. It's needed. There are a lot of parents who are looking for information, and I think there is one source that they can go to now, which is Hear Me Speak, where we are putting together, we're compiling a list of all these issues that our children are facing, and they're going to be available on a video through a series of videos on our Blab session. So please continue to share the good words about the work that we're doing for in the Hear Me Speak group. We are there on Facebook on Hear Me Speak. Just search for us, and we'll be there. Those who couldn't join us on the live discussion, you will get the audio link, the audio video link on YouTube by tomorrow. So thank you. It was great having you all on Hear Me Speak, this Blab discussion. We will see you soon with another interesting topic, with another interesting speaker. Join me again next time. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
You so much. Good night.